With the Singapore benchmark STI outperforming the rest of Asia in the month of October, see how you can use warrants to trade this trend, and how you might use warrants to trade potential moves in the Singapore banks ahead of their earnings in November. Hi, I'm Jamie from Macquarie Warrants, and I'm here to share with you some highlights of the market action last month and how you could have used warrants to capture some of these moves. After a gloomy September, global markets had a more positive October. Specifically, battered Chinese tech stocks and the Hang Seng Tech Index made spectacular rebounds after falling to new record lows in early October. Alibaba, for example, rebounded as much as 30% from its 5th October record low, leading to Macquarie's call warrant tracking Alibaba shares ZKDW to surge 247% in 17 days. In the US, indices such as the S&P 500 touched new record highs, despite soaring energy prices and inflation risks weighing in on sentiment. Macquarie's S&P call warrant INMW rose 35% alongside S&P December futures, which was up 6.2% in the month of October during Singapore's trading hours. Here at home, Singapore announced the introduction of vaccinated travel lanes to facilitate travel without quarantine between Singapore and 13 other countries for those who are vaccinated. The Singapore benchmark STI outperformed the rest of Asia with a 3.6% gain in the month of October compared to the MSCI Asia Pacific Index's 0.8% gain. STI call warrant TJYW rose 50% in the month of October. Through these highlights, we can see that Chinese tech stocks, the S&P 500 and the STI, were trading opportunities for investors in the month of October. Investors keen to trade on further short-term moves in any of the above-mentioned names may consider doing so via Macquarie's Alibaba, S&P, and STI warrants, which allow investors to go both long or short. So what are warrants? Call warrants move in line with the underlying they follow, meaning if the underlying stock or index went up, so will the call warrants. Put warrants move inversely from the underlying and will increase in price when the underlying stock or index falls. Here is a table to illustrate how STI call warrant TJYW and put warrant YQZW in Singapore had performed in the month of October. The STI call warrant TJYW gained 50% over a 1-month holding period when the STI gained 3.6%, while the STI put warrant YQZW was down 42.1%. In both examples, you will notice that the warrants move more than the STI movements. The reason for this is due to the gearing effect embedded in warrants. How much more warrants move given a move in underlying price in the short term depends on their respective effective gearing levels. In the case of this STI call warrant, it has an effective gearing level of 14 times, which means for every 1% move in the STI, the warrant will move around 14%. With the STI up 3.6% in the month of October, you would expect the warrant to rise around 50% using the effective gearing as a form of approximation. Investors may wish to note that gearing can work both ways, meaning warrants will also move in a bigger magnitude or percentage than the percentage move in the underlying should you get your view wrong, as seen in the 42.1% drop of the STI put warrant. Did you know that structured warrants mentioned above are all listed on the SGX? Here's how to recognize them. In this example, we have a warrant over the Hang Seng Index futures. Breaking it down, we can see that the first 3 characters is the underlying asset's code, followed by the warrant's strike price and the issuer's code. Next, we can distinguish that it is a European stout call warrant by ECW and put warrant by EPW. For the last 6 digits, it states the warrant's expiry date in a year, month, date format. For further details on trading warrants, and to find out if you're qualified to trade warrants, click on the link in the description or feel free to contact us at our warrant hotline. Lastly, don't miss out on the next video and exciting warrant news by scanning the QR codes and subscribing to our channels on YouTube, Telegram, and Facebook.